What's up, everybody? It's Molly. I'm here today to chat about the worst, the absolute worst products that I tried in 2020. So if you enjoy a good product roast, then just keep watching. All right, you guys. So I have 5 products in front of me and an additional 4 products that I'm not entirely sure where they are. So we've got, that's 9. Let's go ahead and get started. Do we want to start with eyeshadow palettes or save those for the very end? We're going to save those. Okay, first up, we've got this e.l.f. highlighter. I don't actually know what the formula is called. I don't know like the product name, but the color is rose gold. It looks beautiful. And I had heard good things. There's a very subtle swatch. You can barely even see it. What I don't like about this is it shows all of the texture on my cheeks, which I don't have highly textured cheeks, but it finds all of it and lets everybody know that it's there. So not a fan of this. It is not a formula that melts into the skin. It just sits out, it just hangs out awkwardly on top of your skin, illuminating all of your flaws. So this is an absolute no of a product. Next, this one I feel kind of bad including because I don't know if I just got a bad tube of it, but it's the Milani Highly Rated Mascara. I got a mini of this and I really liked it, but then I got the full size and it doesn't really do anything. I can't quite tell that I'm really wearing it. Like I have to put on so many layers of this before it gives me the payoff that I'm used to. For reference, I typically wear the Essence Lash Princess Mascara. I really like that. I also like the IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara, Too Faced Better Than Sex. Like those are the ones that I typically buy. And so this one just, it left a lot to be desired. It didn't give me a lot of volume. I didn't notice any lengthening. Like I said, it was just really natural. And while I can appreciate natural products for a lot of different things, mascara is not one of them. Mascara is one that I want it to be blatantly obvious that I have mascara on. Next, this is one that I do not know where it is. It's a lipstick. It's the Smashbox Always On Cream to Matte Lipstick. First of all, I lose lipsticks all the time. Like I don't hold on to lipsticks very consistently. They kind of flitter all over the place. I don't know what happens to them. This one, I'm not sad that I can't find it. I want to say it was described, I don't know, the descriptors made it sound so good. You know, it was like, it's creamy and moisturizing, but it doesn't go anywhere. And I was like, that's everything that I want in a lipstick. It does not deliver on those promises. Yes, it does not go anywhere, but it is not creamy. It is not moisturizing. It's not hydrating whatsoever. My lips have never looked more like a butthole than they did on the days that I wore that lipstick. It's real bad. It doesn't wear well. It may look okay. I don't know why that's in air quotes. It may look okay for the first 30 minutes and then you're left with this weird ring and it's sinking into the cracks of your lips more, so it's very obvious that it makes all of the wrinkles on your lips look really prominent. If you don't have perfectly smooth lips, it's gonna cling to all of that. It just didn't look good and it dried my lips out so bad that by the end of the day, they were really uncomfortable. So I would say unless you have lip fillers and perfectly plump lips, I wouldn't use that. I just steer clear of that. There's lots of other really great lipsticks on the market. And I have come to the realization that transfer proof and matte equate discomfort for me. Those are just, even though I want those properties in a lipstick, I'm realizing that it's not something that I enjoy. So we are going to avoid that in the future. Okay, next, another one that I don't have in front of me is the NYX High Glass Finishing Powder. This is a straight up highlighter. You guys, it is not a finishing powder, it is a highlighter, and my dumbass tried to use it all over my face. So it was real bad. And the application was not smooth, it was very patchy, it just stuck to certain areas and then would not buff out no matter what I did. It's marketed as a finishing powder, but like I said, it is absolutely a highlighter. So I would steer clear of that. I was hoping that it would just give this like gorgeous glow to my skin, and it did not. It made my skin look like space trash. Yeah, that's what it looked like. The rest of the products that I have on my list are all eyeshadow palettes. So, that's not too surprising. Eyeshadow palettes are the category that I personally enjoy the most. So I'm drawn to them and therefore I try them more than I might blushes, concealers, mascaras, that sort of thing. So let's go ahead and jump in. This one I think is on a lot of people's list. From what I saw, a lot of people did not like this. This is the Juvia's Place, the Taupes palette. Listen, if you're wanting something that just barely shows up, we got you covered. The mattes are incredibly sheer. It takes a monumental effort to get them to build up on your eyes. Seriously, it's intense. It may not be monumental, but it is intense. It takes just a build up and build up and build up and build up, and then it ends up looking kind of muddy. So not a fan of the mattes, and the shimmers just fade. They're not as impactful as a lot of Juvia's Place shimmers are. I don't know what they did with the formula with this, but it just is not gonna cut it. It's just not good. I picked this up and the Mauves palette at the same time. The Mauves palette I thought was really good. The mattes worked great. The shimmers were gorgeous. But these just, I used this a couple of times, and honestly, after the first time, it just made me sad. So, I mean, they're very sheer, I guess. This one right here is pretty good. I don't remember which one that was that I just watched. Which one are you? Oh, it must be this one in the corner. Yeah. So this one here in the corner is actually decent, but these two shimmers are very sheer. They don't do much of anything. And like I said, the mattes are really sheer and they're not pigmented. It's not very good. And I like pigment. I want shadows to be pigmented. I don't want them to be so pigmented that they can't blend, but there's a happy medium, and that's what I want. I want blendable, pigmented shadows, please, that I can build up if I need to, right? Okay, these next two. You guys, I know I feel like a lot of people liked these, and I didn't. These are, what are you? It's these two ColourPop ones. I don't remember the name of the collection, the tie-dye collection. We've got Aura and Out and Miss Bliss. When these were announced, first of all, it was after ColourPop hadn't released anything for months because of the pandemic. And then they released these. I thought this was going to be gorgeous. I don't know. I mean, it's not. This shade here in the corner, it's one of the Super Shocks. Why did I just watched it on the back of my wrist. I can't show you guys that unless I'm a contortionist. But that's it swatched right there, this green. Okay. Come on. I think some of these shades are probably fine, but truly I wasn't getting a lot of what I was wanting out of them. So those are some of the shimmers. Out of all of them, this green is the best. The mattes are chalky. They don't build up well at all. This white is, what's the point? Why is that there? I don't know. And then it does have a pressed glitter, which I don't think I realized when I placed the order. See, I couldn't even be bothered to take like the basic packaging components out. Yeah, it's a pressed glitter. So that's that one swatched. You can't even, no. It's just, they're just not good. They're not good. I don't like that you've got these orange shades with the green. I don't understand. I mean, I guess that's fine, but no, it's not my preference, I guess. Yeah, they just don't work well. They're very, very chalky. I guess that blue is really pretty. I could maybe make that work, but overall, not a fan of this formula. I don't know what's going on with ColourPop's formula. I think sometimes it's the old formula and then other times they pull this crap and it's just not as good. This one I think I liked better than Aura and Out. I was able to create some more looks out of this, but it was still just a very sheer look, which maybe that's what they were going for. They're pastel palettes, so whatever. Okay, maybe that's my bad for thinking that I could get something more impactful out of a, overall pastel color story. But still, no, this isn't pastel. No, this isn't pastel either. This is, and this is. I don't know. But, I just, no thanks. I don't want to work as hard as I had to work with these to get a look that works for me. I just wrote a poem about those eyeshadow palettes. Okay, then the last two are also eyeshadow palettes and I don't have them in front of me. We've got, I will try to remember to insert photos though. So first up, we've got the Pure Trolls palette in the Color Story Techno. I don't care for pure eyeshadow. I've realized that. They faded very, very bad. I had a hard time really working with the Color Story too, and that's on me. I should have known that a blue and green color story was not something that I was going to get a ton of use out of, but it looked really pretty and I felt like it could be complementary to some other, some other shades that I had. Like I said, it faded. That was the main thing. It faded so bad that it wasn't worth using. Okay, and then the final product is the BH Cosmetics Crystal Zodiac palette. I did a video on this and, I've played with it a little bit more and I think maybe I was a little too generous with my review. And that happens sometimes, sometimes we use things and we really like it at first, or we like it okay at first. That's kind of how I felt about this one. I was like, it's fine. Because formula wise, it's just as good as the other Zodiac palettes. And those are really, really good. The original and then the Heat. The Love. I don't know what it's called, but both of the first two Zodiac palettes are very good. And like I said, this formula is really good. The thing that trips me up with this one is the color story. I just don't like it. I had a very difficult time coming up with looks that were cohesive. And I never reached for it because of that. So because the color story is so all over the place, this has earned its way into this video. That is it. I didn't try a ton of stuff in 2020. I'm realizing that. And most of what I tried, I really liked. So stay tuned for my best of 2020 video. That will be coming at some point. I am just now getting back into the swing of filming after the holidays, and I'm excited to get back into it with you guys. So I would love to hear what products you regretted purchasing in 2020. Leave a comment down below, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.